talk with an incredible person. His name is Paul Brown, Pablo Café, or as I like to say, Captain on my captain.
Okay.
So hi,
Hello.
how are you feel this way in Mexico?
Well, after today, I feel fantastic. We had a great group here today, and I respect the fact that students are coming, actors, writers, directors of the future, and wanting to do quality work and do better projects.
That's so nice and so inspiring for the students. So the first question that I have to you is, you once say that a great movie it's not about ego, it's about the imagination. But how can you control the ego? Because you're an incredible person that had all to encrypt your ego.
Well, I think one of the things you want to do is try and surround yourself with the best people possible. And sometimes that may be turning down a job if you feel like the person is a dictator and is going to make your life miserable, to try and avoid those people. And also not to become that person, because sometimes the pressure is enormous and that you reveal your true character under pressure. It's not who you present to the world when everything is going great. It's when things are going wrong. How do you behave? So it's both the people you attract, but also it's a reflection of yourself. The idea is you don't get the world that you want, you get the world that you are. So
And now talking about you and your personal way of conduct, do you have any exercise or a notebook where you write your imaginary situations?
I always have a notebook sitting there and I'm writing it with ideas that are just coming up. So, sometimes I might be working on one project, but I'm thinking about something else, and once in a few minutes or every 20 minutes, something will just pop into my head, and I'll write it down. I'll go back to my main project. And also the idea is that when you're creating something, it starts to create you. It starts to work on you. So the idea is to not wait for inspiration. Just
You showed us parts of Wally.
yeah,
It was so tearjerker.
yeah.
But if there is like movies like Wally and you could feel the emotions,
Right.
and this is like human naturality or something like that, why it is that exists words like in Gaza? If every people has these emotions
Right.
and have love in their hearts, why do you think that exists words like in Gaza?
I think it's because they have love for their tribe. And it can't conceive. They have old belief systems that have been passed on to them that shape their perception of reality. So they haven't awakened to a wider scope. So their perception is limited, and it only exists love for their tribe, not realizing there's a grander human tribe, and they're blind to that.
Wow, that's amazing because sometimes we don't get the time to get the other people and we just judge it. And
Well,
that's
and it's also your responsibility because, there are many people that think of Mexico City as a place of gun violence, machine guns and donkey carts.
donkey.
Okay, well, I haven't seen one donkey cart since I've been here, right? But I'm saying those are the movies that Americans are fed. So I think on some level, it's the responsibility of all the young filmmakers here to tell truthful stories and tell stories about Mexico and send those out into the world. And it's amazing when people see a new story, they have a new understanding and empathy opens up.
In your projects, could you include to do a movie or a series where you...
Starring you? You want to be in a movie?
Of course.
Of
please.
course.
I want the principal.
No, okay.
But no. Could you make a movie or a series where when you show the real part of Mexico City and the good things that we have here in Mexico?
I could do that, but I think it's the responsibility of the young filmmakers here to do that.
Talks about the projects that
It's a secret.
just a little bit.
I can say one thing. My movie is set in the French Riviera.
You said something interesting.
One thing was
No,
interesting?
something that I have here in my head.
Right.
So, you said that life is a book.
Your
And-
life is a script, yeah.
Yeah. So, have you already write the most interesting and the best chapter in your life?
No, I'm writing it now. I'm writing to the future. I'm writing myself into the future of that.
What is your advice for these students that can work in team? that it's too difficult for them to work in team.
But they have to. If they're going to be working with actors, or even if they're doing animation, they have to work with animators. They have to learn how to communicate. Don't get me wrong. There are writers who are very difficult to deal with, but they're so talented, and they find a way of existing in the world. But you don't want to be that person, because life gets harder later on, because it comes back at you. It boomerangs. And if you've been, karma comes back at you. So
that's your advice, to be human and don't judge the other people?
Well, you're going to judge other people naturally, but you have to become conscious of your judgment and say, maybe I'm being unfair, maybe I should give this person a chance. But, if a person's being difficult, I'd say just surround yourself by a supportive team and build something together.
That's so inspiring. So thank you so much, Paul Brown, or Captain Omar Captain.
Okay, thank you.
And thank you guys for seeing this interview with Paul Brown.
Thank you.